What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And you're not going to be ready for what we're talking about today. We just got our hands on Absolute Flash issue number 7, and it is absolutely certifiably insane. Last issue, we saw Wally West team up with Grod of all people to take down Heatwave, and we thought that was the craziest it could get. Oh, how wrong we were. This issue isn't just about Wally facing off against the Weather Wizard, which is epic in its own right. No, this issue drops a bombshell at the well end that completely redefines Wally's journey and might have just created the most unexpected super team in the entire DCU. Seriously, the final page of this comic changes everything for the Flash. So buckle up, grab your snacks, because trust me, you haven't even heard the wildest part yet. Alright, so the issue, penned by the legendary Jeff Lemire, kicks off right where we left off, with Wally West and his little psychic gorilla pal Grod walking down a long and lonesome road in Kinetown, Missouri. It's dark, it's moody, and there's a storm brewing on the horizon. Immediately, we see Grod freaking out, pulling himself out of Wally's bag and squeaking in absolute terror. Wally, being the brilliant mate he is, tries to calm him down, telling him it's just a little thunder. But this is where it gets creepy, because Grod sends this thought straight into Wally's mind. Not just a storm, not just thunder. The fear is palpable, guys. It's not the weather Grod is afraid of, it's what's causing the weather. This whole opening sequence does an incredible job of setting a really ominous tone. It's not a superhero story opening, it feels like the beginning of a Stephen King novel. You can feel the isolation and the desperation as Wally, holding a terrified Grod, admits that they don't have a home to go back to anymore. They're just completely adrift, and this storm feels like a physical manifestation of all the chaos in their lives. Soaking wet and starving, Wally spots a gas station, a little beacon of light in the pouring rain. He heads inside looking for some grub, maybe a little bit of kindness. He passes a window, sees his reflection, and for a split second, there's this chilling panel where he walks away, but his reflection just stays there, watching him. It's a tiny detail, but it's so unsettling and adds to this feeling that something is fundamentally wrong. Inside, the vibe is just as cold as the rain outside. The old woman at the counter gives him this look of pure disdain. Wally, bless his heart, is so earnest and polite. He explains he has no quid and just needs some grub, that he's just trying to get home. But she shuts him down flat. "I ain't running no charity here. No quid, no grub." And you can just see Wally's heart sink. He apologizes, says he doesn't normally do this, and then, whoosh! He taps into the Speed Force, zipping around the store in a blur, grabbing all the grub and drinks he can carry, apologizing the entire time. It's such a great character moment because he's breaking the law, but he hates doing it. He's not a thief, he's a starving kid pushed to his limit. But just as he's about to make his escape, his powers just zero out. His energy completely flatlines and he collapses, unconscious, grub scattering everywhere. This is a massive deal because it shows us his connection to his powers is still super unstable. He can't rely on them, which makes him incredibly vulnerable. And while Wally is out cold on a gas station floor, we get a quick cutaway to Fort Fox, and this is where the lore starts getting deep and mad. We see Colonel West, Wally's father, on his knees with a gun to his head, about to be executed by Eleanor Thawne's mercenaries. He manages to stop them by promising Thawne he'll do anything she wants if she helps him get his son back. She agrees, and then West asks her what the hell is actually going on at this facility. Thawne takes him over to these giant stasis tubes filled with these strange alien-looking creatures, and she drops this massive bombshell. She puts her hand on the glass and says, "This is our predecessor. They found it first. They beat us to it. They found God." What? What does that even mean? Who are they? What are these creatures? Is she saying that the source of all these meta-human powers, the thing Project Olympus was trying to tap into, is basically a godlike alien entity? This completely recontextualizes the entire series. It's not just about a secret government program creating super soldiers anymore. It's about humanity stumbling upon something cosmic and terrifyingly powerful. My mind is racing with theories right now. This is that deep-cut universe-building stuff that makes a comic go from brilliant to legendary. Okay, so back to Wally. He wakes up in a county jail cell. The local sheriff is there, and he's found Wally's backpack with the flash suit inside. The sheriff is obviously confused and shocked, but before he can really process what he's looking at, the entire wall of the jail just explodes inward. And who steps through the rubble? None other than the Rogues. Captain Cold, Golden Glider, Trickster, and Digger are all there, and their entrance is just smashing. Trickster immediately starts mouthing off, asking Wally, "What's the matter, kid? Can't pull your Crimson Ghost escape trick?" But Wally can barely even sit up. He's still completely drained, groaning that he's too hungry and weak to do anything. And then he realizes Grod is gone. This is where it gets really interesting. Captain Cold, Leonard Snart, steps up, and he's not here for a fight. He pulls out a tracker and offers Wally a deal. He says they can track Grod, and if Wally promises not to pull any fast ones, they'll bust him out, find the monkey together, and then get the hell out of this superstorm. This is a huge character moment for Snart. He sees a kid who's in the same boat they are. A pawn in a larger game, a weapon that people want to control. There's this unspoken understanding between them. Wally, having no other choice, agrees. Snart freezes the bars, Lisa shatters them, and they hand Wally his uniform and an energy bar. It's a temporary truce born from mutual desperation, and you're just on the edge of your seat, wondering how long it's going to last. They get outside, and the storm is a full-blown hurricane. It's a swirling vortex of wind, rain, and lightning. Digger checks the tracker and yells that Grod is right in the eye of the storm. Snart, being the pragmatist, sees the insane weather and immediately wants to cut their losses. He tells the team they need to grab the kid and leave. But Wally, who has just finished the energy bar, isn't having it. The little bit of fuel has given him just enough spark, and he yells, "No way! We are not leaving Grod!" Snart scoffs at him, asking what he's going to do on his own. And Wally answers by exploding in a torrent of Speed Force energy, shouting over his shoulder, "I'm going to save my only mate," as he races headfirst into the maelstrom. It's such a heroic, defining moment for this version of Wally West. He's not fighting for a city or for justice, he's fighting for the one mate he has left in the world. This leads us to the epic climax. Wally is pushing against hurricane-force winds, trying to reach the center of the storm, when a massive bolt of lightning comes down from the sky and just slams into him, sending him flying. He wakes up to find Grod kneeling next to him, frantically projecting thoughts into his mind. "Wally, Stormman, Stormman!" And through the swirling chaos, a figure emerges. It's the weather wizard, Mark Marden, but he looks different. His eyes and hands are crackling with raw elemental power, and he's holding a glowing weather wand. He's not just controlling the storm, he is the storm. He yells that he's not going back to Fort Fox, and he instantly recognizes Wally as being from Project Olympus too. Wally tries to reason with him, to connect with him over their shared trauma, mentioning Barry Allen. But the name Barry Allen sends the weather wizard into a rage. "Allen! Barry Allen did this to me!" he roars, blasting Wally with another whirlwind and more lightning. Wally asks Grod for help, for a psychic blast or something, but the little guy is just paralyzed with fear. And this is the moment, guys. This is where Wally West proves why he's the Flash. He's on the ground, beaten and battered. The wizard stands over him, telling him to stay down. But Wally gets back up. He looks at this god of thunder and says one of the coldest lines I've read in a long time. "You know, I tried to be nice, and I admit letting that lightning hit me hurt like hell, but it got me thinking, what if I don't let it hit me? What if I let it inside? Holy cow!" The weather wizard unleashes another massive bolt of lightning, and this time Wally doesn't dodge. He doesn't brace for it. He opens himself up to it. He takes all of that raw cosmic energy and absorbs it directly into his body, fueling the speed force within him. Red lightning begins to crackle all around him, his energy levels going off the charts. He looks at the weather wizard, a little smirk on his face, and says, "Huh? You know what? Suddenly, I'm not so hungry anymore." Then, in a single explosive burst of speed, he rushes forward and knocks the weather wizard out with one devastating punch. And just like that, the storm stops. The clouds part, the wind dies down, and the sun comes out. It's over. Wally didn't just beat the villain, he became the lightning. He turned his enemy's greatest weapon into his own ultimate power source. What an incredible, inventive way to win a fight. Seriously, guys, the writing by Jeff Lemire in this issue is just next level. The pacing, the character work, the lore drops, it's all flawless. The art is dynamic and perfectly captures the moody atmosphere and the explosive action. This is an absolute must-read for anyone following The Flash or just looking for a fantastic comic book. My rating for this issue, a solid, easy 9.5 out of 10. It's nearly perfect. But the biggest shocker is the ending. The Rogue's vehicle pulls up. Wally braces for a fight, ready to run. But Snart gets out, holds up his hands, and tells him to wait. Wally says he's not going back, and Snart looks at his Keem and then back at Wally with a smile and says, "Neither are we." He explains that they're the weapons now. They don't have to follow orders from Thawne or anyone else. They can do whatever they want, take whatever they want. And then he looks right at Wally and asks the question that blew my mind. "So, how about it, kid? Wanna go rogue?" And the final panel is just Wally West looking at this team of former villains with a smile on his face. Are you kidding me? A team-up between the Flash and the Rogues? Is this real? Is Snart going to betray him? Or have we just witnessed the most dysfunctional, most smashing super team ever? But I want to hear what you guys think. What was your biggest takeaway from this insane issue? Are you on board for this new Rogue Flash team? What do you think Eleanor Thawne meant when she said they found God? Let me know all your predictions and theories down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe for more comic book reviews every single week. Help the channel out by sharing this video with your fellow comic fans. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!